be with us in just a second, and we don't know where Jerry Keyser is. Scott's computer just decided to do an update last minute, so he'll be along shortly. Tonight's guest, we'll have Ryan Wichman on. He'll, of course, be telling us about the good news with the weather this weekend, and Chris Keller, the winner of the 2019 Oakshade Summer Nationals race. And where are you at, Scott? You're worrying me. Normally, Scott has all the intro information. Well, I guess there's Scott.
I'm here. Still having problems on that other computer.
So. Okay. I was just going to do an ad for Lightning McSteve's t-shirts, which are fresh off the press.
There you go. I'll be back.
And sponsored by Ron Miller Race Cars. It says so right on the back. We got top billing. The Lightning McSteve t-shirts are going to be available here at the shop at Ron Miller Race Cars, and they'll be available at Oakshade Raceway on Saturday. They'll be getting out there right at gate opening at 10 o'clock. So if you want to get a Lightning McSteve t-shirt, and they're loaded with kids sizes. I know they're extremely popular with the kids. So don't be afraid to come on down to the pits. The pits will be open until 4 o'clock, and get your very own Lightning McSteve t-shirt. And Scott left me without any notes. Oh, he's a good guy. Yeah, I know, Steve. Yeah. What? Jerry Keyser might be. Oh, Scott Hammer's here. Oh,
there.
Scott's back in his regular studio.
Yes. But now I got an echo because you're in my other office. And Jerry disappeared. I don't know where he went. That's some crazy stuff. I
have an echo with mine. I can plug the headphones back in.
No, it's me. Do a Ron Miller Race Cars commercial, and then we'll get things started.
I just did a Ron Miller Race Cars commercial.
Do another one. Do a freeze frame. Do a freeze frame one, or an Oakshade one, or both.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, Ron Miller Race Cars, we are the home of.
Hi, I'm over here now. Okay, I'm leaving.
You're tearing me up there, Scott.
All right. See, it's all good now. All under control. Oh my gosh!
I thought Jerry was back for a second. Then he
was there for a second. Hold on. This is just a nightmare. We're gonna do this again. There we go. There. This is how it should be.
Welcome racing.
There you go.
This is the Hammer Down Racing Report, and now your hosts Scott Hammer, Ron Miller, and Jerry Keyser.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report. And I don't know what oh, here's my notes. Starting over the show. Show number 188 for Thursday, July 15th. Now, I don't know what it was. 6:45, but this computer decided it wanted to. It's like a Three Stooges episode. Thanks. This computer decided to do Windows updates, and got stuck.
When we did our other show 100 years ago, Scott, I always came in with a bunch of notes, and
you weren't prepared because I kind of popped in at like 6:57, said, "Hey, Ron, you're gonna have to start the show by yourself. Having some issues over here."
Yeah, okay. No notes.
Yeah.
I've got this beautiful shirt to heart.
That went swimmingly. It was very nice. Anyway, on the show tonight, I kind of heard what you were saying because I heard the speakers in the other room. We have Chris Keller joining us, late model driver, the last birthday race winner, as a matter of fact, 2019 winner. We didn't have a birthday race last year at Oakshade Raceway. Ryan Wichman also scheduled to join us. He's got a playground project he's been working on down in Perrysburg.
I listened to him talk about that on his morning weather forecast a couple days ago, Scott, and it's really amazing. I I'm excited to hear him talk about it in person with us.
So he is our associate producer Dave says he sent you the prep. You just didn't get it.
Well, I did, but it's on my computer.
Usually you don't need it.
I'm on the laptop.
Gotcha. Coming at you live on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report, follow us on YouTube, listen on your favorite podcasting platform, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Google Podcasts. That's what I use. I use that the most, and it seems to work. Also, check out hammerdownracingreport.com. No, the computer started doing updates, and then it wouldn't stop, and then one of my monitors decided to die, and when this finally came back, actually, it was up and working during the theme song, but then when I opened Google Chrome, so this is what this all goes through, it opened up on my monitor that's dead. So I had to switch the video settings so that I only have one monitor now, and it was.
I've got a couple spare monitors if you need one. Pretty nice ones.
I don't know that I actually need to, but we fixed it. We're good now. It's all good. Oakshade Raceway in action this weekend, most likely. I know there's a lot of. It's been build an arc kind of weather the past couple weeks here, but yeah. Every Saturday night, we're the fastest beat to race. What?
While we're talking about that, and I see we've got a few Oakshade racers with us. Chrissy Henricks called this afternoon, and as we suspected, it will be a points-only race for late model racers. Appearance points only.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's breaking news.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm not going to play the graphic. Just too much work. Jerry Keyser is supposed to be joining us. He kind of popped in, but I don't think he gets a good signal down there. But I thought he was going to Tim Sims down at the Kings Royal at Eldora.
Oh, if he's at Eldora, that could be a toughie.
There's Tim Nichols. Apparently he's able to watch, so I'm not sure what's going on with Jerry. He popped on there for a moment and then disappeared. I remember
Tim Nichols. If you see Jerry, tell him we miss him.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do more work tonight. Anyways, Oakshade Raceway, we're the fastest beat to race every Saturday night. Birthday race, Summer Nationals this weekend. 10,000 to win for the late models. Summit Racing Equipment Modified, so 1,500 to win, and the Bombers 500 to win. So a pretty cool deal there. General admission just $14. Gates open at 10 a.m. with racing at 8. And Christopher Whitlock, I guess, late model driver, is going to be giving away a couple Nintendo Switches along with a game to go with it.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how the details are, how that works, or who's eligible, or how you're eligible, but that's cool. Free stuff is cool. Gates open at 10 a.m. tomorrow for people that want to camp. It might be soggy camping tomorrow, though. Spoiler alert. But anybody coming in tomorrow, you have to purchase tickets for Saturday's event. And then Saturday, the gates are open at 10 o'clock as well. Pits will be open until 4, so you can get autographs and meet drivers. So
and you don't need a pit pass
until after 4.
Yep.
Cool. Big D's Pizza.
Until 4.
Big D's Pizza and Subs, ribs, chicken, and more in Clyde. Make sure to stop by or give them a call, 419-547-1444. Order online, order Big D's Pizza, drive up to their window there, pick up window, and pick up your food. Big on taste, not on price. Real Geese Silhouette Decoys, the most technologically advanced goose and duck decoys ever produced. They're manufactured in the U.S. Check out realgeese.com. Call 419-800-8100. Check out some Real Geese products they have for sale on their website there. Speaking of Big D's, they are still hiring several positions, too. Just FYI. Also have to thank Ryan Miller Race Cars, Free Frame Photos, as well, sponsoring the show. Are you reading? What are you doing?
Yeah, just seeing if anybody had any updates on
Jerry.
Where's Jerry?
A $1 bounty to locate Jerry.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than taking him out, though, I guess, or wrecking him. And that'd be pretty cheap for $1. Anyway. Well, I guess we'll do the racing roundup without him. Shall we proceed?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I hope you've got the notes on that.
I got the notes. I send it to him anyways, and I updated it since I sent it to him, so he would have the old notes, unless he pays attention to what's going on. DJ Foose picked up his second Attica 410 feature win of the season. It was his fourth of the career. Also, of his fourth career win there in 410 competition. I also don't proofread my notes that I send to Jerry, so I'm finding out that that's probably not a good idea for myself. Trey Jacobs finished second, and this was Friday night, by the way. Friday night, not
Right.
Tuesday. Trey Jacobs finished second, and Byron Reed was third. DJ's brother, Matt Foose, scored the win in the 305s ahead of Jamie Miller and Seth Snyder. Rusty Schlenk got the late model win with J.R. Gentry and Ryan Missler finishing second and third. It was Schlenk's 30th career victory at the track, and the win puts him atop the division's all-time win list there.
All right.
All-time winningest late model driver at Attica is Rusty Schlenk. Tuesday's 33rd Brad Doty Classic. It was a little hit and miss with the weather there, but they got things in. And Spencer Baston from Lebanon, Indiana, won his first World of Outlaw event, holding off Brad Sweet and Carson Macedo. So pretty cool deal there. Oh, yeah, we'll get to that. Jerry's probably restocking his toilet water. So.
A female deer.
Whoa.
What?
That's what happens when my phone is connected to the and up. I forgot to hit this. That was a reminder for our sponsor banner. That's what that was. Boy, this show is just going down the toilet. Speaking of toilet water.
It's going to get better.
Oh, yeah. All right. Where was I? Oakshade Raceway was the Tim Fisher, Billy Ruff Memorial Night. Devin Shields held off Rusty Schlenk for his second late model win of the season. Casey Noonan finished third behind Rusty Schlenk in the late models. Sportsman action. Carter Murday picked up his very first sportsman feature win. You knew that was coming. He's had some strong runs this year.
He's run really well this year.
Held off Mike Jessen and Rusty Smith. Rusty Smith had 5 in a row there. Adam Lance won the Bomber A main, followed by Gabe Mueller and Shane Stuckey. Hillsdale, Michigan's Corey Gum earned his second consecutive compact feature win, with Eric Carr second, Jason Deschler finishing third. Shane Estes won the Bomber B main, and Kristen Van Dyke in an exciting finish there in the compact B edged out the victory there. So pretty cool. And the Vintage American race cars were in action. Randy Tissing and Mick McWilliams. Was it Mike McWilliams? I don't remember. Each one of the Vintage American race car features. So and that was pretty cool seeing that.
It really was.
And one of the first times we've seen the Vintage American race cars going at it for bragging rights and crashing into the front stretch wall. Did you happen to see that?
I didn't. I heard the announcer yelling about it, though.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Fremont Speedway is in action Saturday night. DJ Foose swept the weekend's Attica Fremont Championship Series 410 action after picking up the win Friday at Attica. He picked up the win Saturday at Fremont. Craig Mintz finished second. Stuart Brubaker was third. 3-time defending track champion Paul Weaver dominated the 305 feature, finishing ahead of Matt Foose and Tyler Schulich. Corey McCoy scored a narrow victory in the dirt truck feature over Sean Valenti and Jim Holcomb. Congratulations to him. That's one of your truck guys, right?
Yes, it is.
What does that mean? You sound like you're. Yes, it is.
No, we were very proud of Corey. I watched his in-car of the race, and he worked really hard to win it. And it was a drag race coming to the checker. It was a good show.
All right, Frank Giovanni became the seventh winner in 7 events at Flat Rock Speedway, taking the victory in the 50-lap Outlaw Super Late Model feature. Billy Early won the 30-lap Michigan Figure 8 Championship. Fourth-generation driver Max Fair won his first ever street stock A main. Do you know anything about Max Fair? Is he related to Harold or Joy?
Harold
Fair? Okay. I wasn't sure which Fair.
Senior, junior, Max.
So fourth-generation driver.
I thought we had him. I'm pretty sure we had Max on the show.
Did we? We may have.
Yeah, back while we were in the old studios.
That's so long ago. I don't remember that. That's way too long ago. Max Fair won his first ever street stock A main. Rob Randa won the street stock B main race. Metapenigan. Did I get that? Am I close?
Metapenigan.
That's not. Yeah, Metapenigan. He won the factory stock feature.
Yes,
I thought I had that. I thought I was working on that too.
Metapenigan.
Yeah. Dylan Napier took the checker flag in the Renegades feature at Sandusky Speedway on Saturday over Clayton Oliver and Kyle Lawson. Kyle Lawson also took the victory in the Precision Paving Pure Stock feature over Wayne Sweeney and Dan Smith. The Flow Racing All-Star Circuit of Champions, Hunter Schurenberg won his first career Flow Racing All-Star Circuit of Champions feature on Friday at State Line Speedway. Zeb Wise held on to finish second. And was this past weekend? I think this is left over from before. I don't remember now.
I don't know.
I think it was. Because All-Stars are next up. Maybe not. Maybe this was. I have not gotten any sleep this week. I do apologize. It's been a long week. Zeb Wise held and finished second. Justin Peck rounded out the podium. Spencer Baston won Saturday night's. No, this was, because Spencer Baston won Saturday night's Lou Blaney Memorial at Sharon Speedway. Corey Eliason finished second. Bill Baylog rounded out the podium. Sunday's Justin Snyder salute to the troops at Sharon Speedway was canceled due to rain. Yeah, that was this weekend. I do remember that now. Next up for the All-Stars is Lake Ozark Speedway in Missouri Friday and Saturday, July 23rd and 24th. So they're off this weekend with the Kings Royal going on down at Eldora. Lucas Oil Dirt Late Model Series. The weekend's Lucas Oil Dirt Late Model Series events at Cherokee Speedway and Smoky Mountain Speedway were postponed due to, guess what?
Snow?
No, rain.
Oh, okay.
Come on now.
Well, Smoky Mountain, you just never know.
Next up for those guys, they're supposed to be in action tonight at 34 Raceway in Iowa. That was canceled due to, you guessed it.
More snow.
Yep, more snow, in melted snow. Tri-City Speedway was scheduled for tomorrow, and they've already postponed that due to melted snow. So the next event that's supposed to happen now is looking for Saturday at Lucas Oil Speedway in Missouri there. Then they're at I-80 Speedway in Nebraska on Tuesday through next Saturday for the I-80 Nationals. So you got almost a whole week of the Lucas Oil Dirt Late Model Series there. World of Outlaws, Morton Buildings Late Models action. Frank Heckenass Jr. got a birthday present on Friday at Jackson Motorplex as he claimed his second career World of Outlaws Morton Buildings Late Model Series win after the center of Cape Diller's right rear wheel broke with 13 laps to go. Brandon Shepard came up short and had to settle for second. Rookie Ryan Gustin finished third. Dennis Erb Jr. took his second World of Outlaws Morton Buildings Late Model Series victory of the season on the final night at Jackson Motorplex. Frank Heckenass and Brandon Shepard finished second and third, respectively. Brandon Shepard won Tuesday night at Gondik Lost Speedway, beating Chris Madden by just 0.18 of a second, and Dennis Erb was third there. Next up for the World of Outlaws, River City Speedway in North Dakota on Friday. It's tomorrow night. I-94 Sure Step Speedway in Minnesota on Saturday, and Red Cedar Speedway in Wisconsin on Sunday. World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car action. Brad Sweet scored his first World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series win at Wilmot Raceway's Badger 40 on Saturday night. Logan Schuhart held on to finish second, and Donnie Schatz finished third. Tuesday's Brad Doty, as we already mentioned. Spencer Baston picked up his first World of Outlaw win. That was after picking up the All-Star win at Sharon Speedway. Wednesday's Joker's Wild at Eldora. Carson Macedo dominated the first for his first Eldora win. Brian Brown finished second, and David Gravel was third. That was action last night. The 38th Kings Royal continues tonight, and then we go to the night before the Kings Royal, tomorrow night at Eldora, and then the 37th annual Kings Royal. Last year's Kings Royal will be happening on Saturday night, June 17th, at Eldora Speedway. More action for the World of Outlaws next week. They'll be at the Lernerville Speedway in Pennsylvania for the Don Martin Silver Cup on Tuesday. Arca Menards action. Corey Heim nudged race leader Ty Gibbs out of the way with 3 laps to go and went on to take his 4th win of the season Saturday night at the Menards 250 at Elko Speedway for the Arca Menards Series. Rookies Jesse Love and Gracie Trotter finished second and third, respectively. Next up for the ARCA Series, the Zinzer Smart Coat 200 at Berlin Raceway in Berlin, Michigan. That's going to be happening Saturday, 8 o'clock. You can watch that on MAV TV or NBC Track Pass. A NASCAR Camping World Truck Series was in action for the inaugural Truck Series event at Knoxville Raceway on Friday night. Did you see any of the highlights from that, or did you watch that?
I did not.
It was a demolition derby. I watched the highlights, and most of the highlights were a lot of wrecks. Even had it was almost like a Talladega-like wreck at the end there.
It almost seems like the races are very, very clean, green to checker,
or not.
Just crazy.
So Austin Hill emerged as the winner of that. Chandler Smith held on to finish second. Grant Enfinger finished third. Xfinity Series action. Kyle Busch captured his 102nd Xfinity Series victory in his final start of the year in the Xfinity Series, and basically made him 5 for 5 in all of his Xfinity Series starts this year. Jeb Burton held on to finish second. Noah Gragson finished third. Cup Series action. Kurt and Kyle put on a cool battle at the end of the race there at Atlanta Motor Speedway on Sunday, the Quaker State 400. The brothers split the first two stages. Kurt lost the lead during the last round of pit stops, but started to run Kyle down with 24 laps to go. Kurt used his teammate, Ross Chastain, as a pick and passed Kyle for the lead. For the final time, Martin Truex Jr. finished third behind Kyle Busch there, and Kyle was... It was a tale of two brothers there in victory lane. There was happy Kurt.
Kyle Busch seemed to be a little put out
whiny.
That maybe Chastain held him up a little bit in his mind.
He was running the same line, I think.
Yeah. So I guess you're supposed to move over and
Next up for NASCAR, the Cup Series Foxwood Resorts Casino 300 at New Hampshire Motor Speedway on Sunday, 3 o'clock, NBCSN. You can catch it there. Xfinity action is, they're also going to be at New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the Ambetter Get Vaccinated 200. That'll be Saturday at 3 o'clock on NBCSN. Truck Series at Watkins Glen International for the Go Bowling at the Glen on Sunday, August 8th. So Truck Series off for a little bit. That'll be at 3 o'clock on FS1. And got an update from Jerry. Internet did not happen as planned. Thought my phone would carry it, but I think the incoming storm is hampering my connection. So there's your latest update from Jerry. That was breaking news. That was breaking news right there. So he can't even hear us anyways. But Camping World SRX Series was in action at Slinger Speedway. IndyCar Series veteran Marco Andretti won the Camping World SRX Series event at Slinger Speedway to take his first victory in a race car with fenders and a roof. Andretti held off local all-star Luke Fenhouse to take the win. Tony Stewart finished third and pads his lead in the Camping World SRX Series championship standings. I didn't realize there was a championship standings for that. Going into their final event, which is this Saturday, July 17th at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, 8 o'clock on CBS. And the brothers Elliott, father-son Elliott will be racing. Chase and Bill. So that'll be interesting. And it's cool to be at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway as well. Other notes before we get to Chris Keller here, the Dirt Car Summer National winners from the past week. Macon Speedway last Thursday was Bobby Pierce. Winner at Faber City on Friday, Shannon Babb. Highland Speedway on Saturday, rain won there, or melted snow, however you want to look at that. Tri-State Speedway on Sunday, also melted snow won there. Lake Cumberland Speedway, Tuesday, guess who won that?
Bobby Pierce.
No, snow that melted, otherwise known as rain. Actually, that has been postponed to July 26th due to the rain. Circle City Raceway last night. I saw a few of our local guys headed over there to Indianapolis for that. Bobby Pierce ended up winning that. I didn't hear how any of our guys did.
Rusty ran fifth. Jamie Gruchowski, I think, was 14th.
Not bad.
Oh, I'm sorry. My secretary said 15th.
15th, okay.
She's a secretary. She's secretary right now. She's normally a crew chief.
He was here. I saw his face. I don't know if we can hear him. Jerry, are you there?
You got it?
Got nothing from Jerry. What do you got going on there?
Me?
Yeah.
Just last night, Circle City, Bobby Pierce won it. Joe Godsey had us, and he has been at every single race. Joe Godsey was second in his best ever finish in a Summer Nationals race. Spencer Hughes went to the top side of the race real early and was looking like he had something for Pierce, but it didn't work out that way. Tanner English, Rusty Schlink, and Ashton Wanger. Really a good race. Second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth were swapping positions the whole race, Scott. But congratulations to Rusty on his inaugural 2021 Summer Nationals. I believe, yeah, I understand.
He keeps popping in there. He's trying. Anyway, next up for the Dirt Car Summer Nationals tonight at Thunderbird Raceway, Hartford Speedway on Friday, and then Oakshade on Saturday. Springfield Raceway in Missouri. I thought that was Tuesday, but I wrote Thursday. It's next week they're running. So before we get to Chris here, one last little commercial for you.
All right.
Wait! There's...
Gee, there he is.
We see Jerry. He looks happy, at least, in his frozen picture on the screen.
Jerry, you're frozen.
Yeah, we'll just leave him there. It makes me happy. Contact Freeze Frame Photos for all your racetrack photo needs, whether on the track or in Victory Lane. They can meet whatever you need. Appointments, they do it. Special Moments Frozen Time, 419-476-9978. I believe they have a special that they're offering drivers for this weekend. But I think today was the day that you had to order so that you to give out like little hero cards kind of thing. Give them a call, 419-476-9978. And, we lost Jerry's happy face. How about we get Chris Keller on the phone?
Sounds good.
All right. Let's do another commercial for Oakshade there.
Oakshade Raceway were the fastest meet to race.
Where did they do?
Were the fastest meet to race.
Okay.
And they'll be hosting their 2021 Summer Nationals race, the annual birthday race at Oakshade Raceway. And again, racers, that will be show up points only for the late models.
I hope this is the right number.
Is it the one that we used when we talked to him in 2019?
Maybe.
Hello.
Hey, is this Chris?
Who?
Is this Chris?
No, this
Oh, see, I dialed.
jail.
Oh, sorry. I dialed the wrong number. All right. Well, that didn't work out. Apparently, I wrote that down wrong. Do a Ron Miller Race Cars commercial. Boy, this is just going downhill quick.
I'm telling you. Maybe we should do a Ryan Wichman. You've got his phone number, and
Actually, Ryan's calling us. So,
okay.
and then he's supposed to call in about 7:50. So we gotta hurry along here.
I was
Chris. Got Chris's number 000. Oh, he gave me the wrong number. I didn't dial it wrong. He gave me the wrong number. So hold on. Let's try again here. It's not 044. Just FYI, in case anybody wants to know. Of course, now I have his number spread across two different messages here because he just gave me the last part of it. So this is where Jerry's supposed to be filling in with stuff. All right, let's try this again. What'd that guy say his name was that we just called?
why.
Second time return.
I didn't have his.
Is this Chris?
It is.
Oh, we got the right number this time.
Yeah, that was my fault.
Yeah, see?
I'll take full responsibility for that.
Thank you. Well, good. I don't feel so bad then. I was like, I don't think the guy was. He was like, Chris. I don't know, Chris.
I mean, we can keep blaming it on you if you want.
That's fine. Everything else is going to crap, so might as well. Chris Keller, 2019 birthday race winner with us. How's it going, sir?
Busy.
Busy? You getting ready for what? You said something about you're working on a new race car, right?
Yeah, we got one a couple weeks ago. Actually, a borrowed car I was borrowing until I got mine put together. So now we had to hurry up and get mine put together so we could get ready for the weekend.
So whose car is it that you've been driving? The white 67.
It belongs to a guy named Donnie Ringman. He runs a Bomber out of Oakshade, the 201 car.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him.
Yep, he bought it from Cal Davis, and he didn't have any plans for it yet this year. So he said, "Go ahead and put your motor in it, run it till you get yours put together." And then we crashed it, so now we got to get it fixed for him.
Speaking of which, I want to talk about that. Before we get to that, though, why doesn't Donnie Ringman race it instead and put you in the
He's happy
Bomber?
with the Bomber right now.
Okay.
He's happy with the Bomber right now, so he's just kind of running that. And, when he gets a little more comfortable, I think he's going to want to move up. But for now, he's just, getting some laps in the Bomber and get some experience. So,
All right. I mean, I figure if I had a Bomber and a late model, I would probably choose to run my late model. That's just me, though. I mean, not to take anything away from you. I mean, you're a damn good driver out there. Obviously, you beat the best a couple years ago. I want to talk about that as well. But let's back up about and talk about this little issue that happened a few weeks back, where your car got wrecked, battling for second. It looked like you weren't very happy about that, and I know there was a little discussion it looked like you guys had on the track. You want to elaborate anything that might have been said either way?
not really a whole lot of words, I guess. Just maybe a couple hand gestures, and I mean everybody that races knows how it is when you in the middle of it. The emotions get there and kind of get the best of you, and you do things, like apologize to people in the stands and children and stuff. There's no way to act in front of people, but when things happen, you tend to not think about that right away, which you should. But
okay, so have you and Rusty, I'm guessing, have talked since then? Is that over with, or
yep.
is that all behind you guys then?
Yeah, I mean, every racing, it's a bit, you got to put it behind you. You can't hold grudges, you can't retaliate. Retaliating only does things that, take Colin Shipley, for instance. When you retaliate on somebody, you spend somebody out, somebody innocent's going to get involved, and that ain't no way to handle it. So
Absolutely.
you got to let that stuff go.
That does seem to happen a lot. I got caught up in somebody who retaliated against, I wasn't part of the deal, and somebody was retaliating against somebody, and I mean, it happens in all classes, and yeah.
We've talked about that.
Yeah, that's not the way to handle it.
Yeah. What was that, Ron?
You're better off to handle it in the pit area.
We've talked about that in the past. When you retaliate, almost invariably someone else gets involved that shouldn't be. And it's just not a good thing.
So what car are you going to be running the 67 this weekend for the birthday race? What do we got going on for that on Saturday?
Yes, yep. It'll still be the 67 car. It's basically the house car now, I guess you'd call it. Still a Schwartz car, new 21 Schwartz car that we ordered back in the winter time, and everybody knows with COVID and tubing shortage and yada yada yada, it was kind of behind schedule. So that's why we ended up getting in Donnie's car, was just to kind of get the year started, run some laps, and until we got the new one put together, and then of course that got put on fast forward.
So the new car is going to make its debut this weekend? Is that what you're saying?
That's right. It's going to be a car that's never hit the track. So,
all right. Is it going to different color, or are you going to still be the white 67?
Oh no, it's going to look identical to everything else.
So most people won't even know that it's a different car, other than it hasn't wrecked yet.
That's it. This one will be straight. That'll be the difference.
Gotcha.
Now, is Donnie's car repairable?
Yes, yep. Luckily, with the the way Audi builds his cars, they're built clipped. There's a weld seam and a slug and everything right in them when you buy them. So really, when you take one and get it clipped, there's no different than what you had before. So it's a good thing,
Let's talk about the birthday race win. I know we had you on after you won that back in 2019. How big was that? I mean, how has that changed anything in your racing career?
I guess it did at the time, but now that's pretty much spent and gone a couple times. So it was a big deal then. Of course, I'm sure it's still obviously helping now. That was still $10,000 less than had to come out of pocket. So it definitely still helps.
Now, were you disappointed that with COVID last year that the birthday race got canceled, so you weren't able to defend? Was that disappointing to you? I mean, were you planning on trying to become a two-time consecutive winner?
Yeah, I think everybody there, wants to be a winner, but everybody else does too. So you just take, I feel thankful still to be able to win that one, and it very well might be the last one. So this year, just want to make the show for one, and if we can make it, top 10 would be great.
Okay. Now, do you think things will be different this year since the birthday race in the past has always been the Summer Nationals finale, and now it's kind of in the middle, just before a little bit of a break in the Summer Nationals schedule. Do you anticipate maybe some more of the travelers may show up because of the points in this, and maybe it'll be a little bit tougher? Or I mean, I guess nobody really knows, but what do you think is going to happen?
I would say, you probably judge off what's going on. I think, where is it, Hartford and I-96 or something they're on this weekend, or Thunderbird maybe? I would say you probably judge off of that.
Yeah.
Thunderbird. Yeah, I would guess whatever guys are there would probably be coming to Oakshade. I mean, I can't see them driving past the place to go home or anything like that. So I would say there could probably be a few more people. Not so many people burned out yet,
So how do you prepare your car? That a brand new car. Are you taking a lot of what you did as far as setup from Ringman's car?
Yeah, I mean, it's like any cars. It's hard to. Sometimes they're not always the same. You could take two that you think are identical and they're not. But at this point, we're just going to start up the same way we've had stuff the last year and hope for the best. Check everything 4 times and. That's all you can do.
Okay.
Any apprehension at all, Chris, about bringing a brand new car to the biggest race of the year?
Yeah, there's always the worry of what might have got missed, what got overlooked. Like I said, what the differences may be. I mean, this thing could be faster than what we've been running, or it could be way slower than what we've been running. I guess it's hard to tell until you do it. So.
Now, do you have the same power plant you're going to take out of Ringman's car, or is this a new engine in this?
Nope. This is the same engine we've been running for a couple of years now. Probably spreading our luck longer than we should, but it's still making good power and everything's good with it. So I think we'll be okay there.
Same engine that won the birthday race a couple of years ago?
Yep, same one. It hasn't been opened up since. So.
Well, all right. So what's your long-term plans? Are you going to run? Where are you planning on running the rest of the season with the new car?
I'm not really sure. We had plans this year to do more different things, traveling around some more and stuff like that. This year, it obviously creeps up on everybody, but things happen so quick and work so busy that I'm probably going to end up just kind of running local for this year, maybe go do some things towards the end of the season to have some fun, and then try to build up, the bank account and the parts and stuff over the winter to be able to do some different things next year as a plan. So.
You're going to keep doing like the part-time thing here and there, or I'm talking about next year now, or are you looking at some kind of championship to shoot for next year?
No, I'm not really a points racer. I've never been good at it. It gets in my head. I like to just race for wins and race to have fun and go when the weather's good and, everybody can go and have a good time, and that's kind of what I'm about. So. Well,
then you got to get out of here because the weather's not good here.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong place.
Exactly.
Do you want to do maybe the Summer Nationals next year?
I would love to. It's just somehow you still got to pay bills when you're out doing that, and
it's like a full-time job.
It's hard to take off and do that. I mean, but somehow you still got to make the mortgage payments. So I don't know if that'd ever be feasible.
Gotcha.
Chris, why don't you tell us about the new venture that you took on this summer?
I ended up buying Races Connection from John Bailey, which was a business that started here in Adrian. Originally, John and Jeff Morton had it. It was kind of it all happened really fast. I wasn't really expecting it. It's something I've kind of always wanted to tinker with a little bit, and working on some guys' cars and stuff like that, they always wanted me to be able to provide them with parts, and plus all the guys in the area that drag race. There's guys that go up to Bundy Hill with their 4-wheel drive trucks and stuff like that. And it's just a nice thing to have here in this area.
Sweet. So if somebody needs to get parts, how do people get a hold of you?
They can call 517-442-3266. We got a Facebook page, CCR Machine, and also CCR The Race Connection. There's a couple different ways to get a hold of us, so they can text, call, send a Facebook message, anything they need in the area. So,
okay. How's that going for you? Are you enjoying that?
yeah, it's nice. I like to, talk to the racers, and you learn different things. I've never really done much with bombers and stuff, and it's, you learn a lot of things about the bombers. You learn stuff about mud trucks, pulling trucks, drag race guys. I mean, it's pretty neat to talk to different things.
Yeah, I've learned dealing with race shop guys. They like to talk.
Yeah, they definitely do. Sometimes it's hard, I got the machine shop and stuff too, but
but they have good stories.
It's part of the fun.
Yeah.
Well, there's always stories. There's stories every week.
Absolutely. All right. So, are you going to be? Actually, let me ask you this: there's not one sponsor that I saw on your car. Of course, I haven't looked at it real close recently. Do you have sponsors? Obviously, your shop, but
yeah, it's pretty well family and friend funded. I mean, I try not to go after sponsors and stuff a lot, just because we don't race all the time. And if somebody's going to put their name on the car, if they want to come one day and it's 110 degrees, and how do you tell them you're not going to be there? So I've had a lot of help around, along the ways from families and friends, and Jeff and Belinda Robertson have done tremendous amounts for me. I mean, it's just a family friend funded deal,
All right, I can respect that. That's how I've been trying to run most of the time. Support myself that way. I feel like I owe anybody else anything, just in case something happens.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we all know we could, obviously we could all use extra money, but with the extra money comes obligations too. So
yeah, absolutely.
Kind of got to watch yourself.
So are you going to be, what time are you getting to Oakshade on Saturday? I know the gates open at 10.
We're gonna try to get there in the morning. We got some pictures for the kids and stuff, and try to get there in the morning, providing the car's ready. We still got a little bit of stuff to do on it yet, so.
All right, so people can get your autograph picture taken with you, and you got some photos to give away.
Yep. Come on down and see us. We can be there.
All right, looking forward to it. Also, good luck this weekend, and make sure to win because as our guest on the show, we need to get that average back up as the next race our guest usually wins.
Well, you can guarantee I'll do my best. So.
Okay. You got the new car, so make it happen.
That's it. New car, new win. So far, this car is undefeated. So if we can keep it that way, that'll be great.
You might want to just keep it in the garage then. It'll still be undefeated.
There you go. I'm taking a good coat of wax, and we'll let her sit.
Jeez. It's a lot cheaper that way. But,
there you go.
All right, Chris. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday, and good luck in the birthday race.
All righty. Good luck to you and Ron, too.
Well, that's right.
Chris.
Ron, you get any are you scared of racing Ron, that he might beat you?
Don't say.
I mean, there's always a possibility he might beat me.
There's always the possibility. It's not that
you got to watch.
It should be. Ron's a tough competitor. He's got lots of years of experience. He's a wily veteran there, so he's a formidable competition there. Every time.
Yeah, that's one good thing about racing with Ron. He's got lots of experience. So.
Yeah, I do that.
And he'll race you the way you race him, from what I've seen.
I'll keep that in mind.
All right, Chris. Thanks a lot for the time.
Thanks,
All
Chris.
right, thank you, guys. Have a good night.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. There you go. There's Chris Keller, your defending birthday. I guess it still would be a defending birthday race winner, right? Yeah, because it was the last one, even though it was 2 years ago. So if Ryan Wichman has not fallen asleep, we should be hearing from him in just a few minutes. WTOL Meteorologist going to be doing our weekend weather pit stop live. And if not, for some reason, he sent me a file today anyways. So have that as a backup, I guess.
Why should this go right?
Yeah, I know. Whatever. We have our Twitter poll results coming up. Also, the how many. And we have a winner for a Big D's Pizza and a chance for you to win a Big D's Pizza. That'll be coming up right after we do a little bit of racing news. I'm going to leave this up. So if my phone, no, I'm not, because anything could happen then. We'll just leave this right here and look for Ryan Wichman's call. Actually, he may be joining us via video too, because I gave him the link for that. James Headley, a competitor in the Hornet class at Gas City Speedway, has been suspended from racing in any division for the next 4 weekly programs after he intentionally rammed another car under the red flag after that car got into him and rolled him over in the Hornet division.
You see a video of that?
I did see that video.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
And had I not had all these computer issues, I was going to play that for you. But yeah, he basically got turned in the corner and kind of just rolled over, landed on his wheels in the infield. And
Fired it up.
the red flag came out. Everybody stopped. The car that hit him was over in the opposite corner. He fires it up, gets going, goes backwards on the track, and just rams into the right front of the car that had hit him. And I'm surprised he only has a 4-week suspension. But he was also docked 100 driver points and will be on probation through the end of the 2021 race season. Sad news today, 1993 Oakshade Raceway 360 champ, 360 sprint car champion passed away. Hey, it's Ryan Wichman. All right, we'll get back to the sad news.
Yeah.
All right. Ryan Wichman.
Hello.
How are you?
We're hanging in there. We're doing pretty good. I'm barely keeping my nose above the water, but we're doing good.
Yeah, what is up with that? I was saying we need to build an ark.
We need to build an ark for an ark if it keeps raining like this.
Hopefully you're going to do our weekend weather pit stop live for us in just a bit, right? You got all the.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You sent me a file earlier, so I wasn't sure. I was a little confused, but
I wasn't sure either. But I was like, I'll do it anyway. I figure it's a makeup for messing it up last week.
Okay, fair enough. Well, everybody blames me anyways because nobody believed I dialed the wrong number earlier, and that wasn't my fault. But anyway,
Whatever.
You got this. You do the forecast for us each and every week, most of the time.
I might duck out of it this time because I don't feel like telling you it's going to rain over.
I know. Shh. But since you do this for us, we give you nothing really other than Ryan Wichman's the best meteorologist in Toledo, obviously. But
yeah, but you say that with your fingers crossed.
No,
so I know you're making it up.
No, not at all. There's video of us. You can see us. My hands aren't crossed here.
I'm glad you're on in the morning now. I very much enjoy it.
Oh, good. I have to bring a little rowdiness to the morning crew.
I have to say, I am impressed that you are as awake as you are in the mornings. I don't know what kind of transition that was to take over for Chris Vickers there in the morning, but I would not.
I wasn't sure what it was going to be like either, but I've adjusted well. We have a 4-year-old son, and bedtime for him is 8 p.m., so bedtime for me has transitioned to 8 p.m., so it's worked out pretty well.
All right, well, we better hurry here. It's almost bedtime. So you've been, I've seen on social media and on the news, you've been working on this special playground deal down there in Perrysburg. I want to give you the floor here and talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this is a foundation me and my wife started about 2 years ago. I just mentioned my 4-year-old son. He has a genetic condition, and so he ends up needing to use a walker to help assist to get him around. And so we found out very quickly that traditional playgrounds with mulch and stairs just don't work well for him. And we kind of put out the plea to other families and realized there's a real need in our community for playgrounds that are truly inclusive, not just from an accessibility standpoint, but families that live with family members that have visual impairments, members that might have autism or a whole host of other needs. And so we decided, well, let's fix this. Let's raise some money. Let's build a playground that everybody can use. And so here we are 2 years later, a little underwater right now, but we're going to get there soon enough and finish off this playground.
So where is this playground located exactly?
Yeah, so it's at Rotary Community Park, which the vast majority of people say, huh? And I say, it's behind the YMCA in Perrysburg, between the tennis courts and the YMCA. And that kind of usually sparks it off. You'll see it from 475 if you're driving.
That's over by west
of Costco. You'll see it.
There's a school over there, too. It's like Eckel Junction and Fort Riggs
It's
Road
right at the corner of
Ankle Junction and Fort Meigs. So
Yeah.
if you know where those baseball diamonds are, right there off Fort Meigs Road, it's right across the street from those, right next to those tennis courts.
Gotcha. So what's the anticipated grand opening for this?
So we have our official grand opening on July 31st. We're kind of cutting it close here. We thought we had plenty of time, but this week has been literally and proverbially a washout for us. And so we're cutting it close, but we're going to make it happen.
How much more do you have left to do?
So it's the poured rubber surfacing that we're doing. So instead of using the traditional mulch, which is economically nice, but as I mentioned, not great for walkers and wheelchairs, that's the surfacing that's going down now. So a professional crew has to do that, and sitting under an inch of water is not a great way to be installing that right now. So we've got to let it dry out. So we're hopeful next week we'll kind of play catch up a little bit and get that done. So about 3 weeks ago, we had over the course of 3 days, 150 volunteers from the community come out and actually assembled all of the equipment on the playground by hand. So it's pretty cool. It's a 13,000 or almost 14,000 square foot playground, and it's got an accessible merry-go-round that people using a wheelchair can just stroll right into and go around. We've got a rocket ship on the playground that's accessible. We've got just a playground that we wanted children of all abilities to be able to play with their peers. Our number one goal was if we had two friends that knew each other from school, one that maybe needed a little extra help and one that was typically developing, we wanted those two friends to be able to go on a playground and play side by side. And so we've installed a zip line, but
Nice.
instead of just the traditional rope swing zip line, we've got a rope swing zip line and a bucket seat zip line, so they can go side by side together. And we kind of did that sprinkled in across the entire playground.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So this is a playground that's for not just Perrysburg, but the entire area, I'm assuming?
Oh, yeah, there's no membership cards.
Yeah.
Anybody from anywhere is more than welcome to come. And this was all done through donations from the community. We raised over $750,000 for all of the equipment and for the poured rubber surfacing, the concrete. Miller Brothers has been fantastic. Our local tradesmen, the cement masons and millwrights, poured a lot of volunteer time into making sure this gets done the right way as well too. So I got to give them a big shout out because we wouldn't be anywhere without those guys.
Wow. So what about maintenance for it? Who's responsible for that?
So we are gifting this over to the city of Perrysburg. So as soon as we're done, it's on city of Perrysburg Park land, and of course we will still be involved if a piece of equipment down the road breaks or we've got maintenance. This foundation we want to do this long term, and so we want to help other communities build these inclusive playgrounds as well if we're able, and then help do this as well. We don't want this to be a one-off playground. We want other communities to see that this is the way a playground truly should be designed. That no kid should ever stroll up to a playground and realize that they're not able to actually play on it. That's just not right in our opinion.
You are truly an ambitious man.
It's been an experience. I've learned a lot. I'll say that.
Nice. Well, congratulations on that. And July 31st, you said, is the grand opening?
July 31st. So 2 weeks from Saturday, we're going to open it up. We're going to have a big ribbon cutting ceremony. And we're going to have some T-shirts out there if people show up, a free will donation, and any money that we raise, we're going to put into whatever our next project might be. We're kind of hypothesizing and coming up with some ideas right now, and hopefully we'll build more of these and let more families not have to travel quite as far to get their kid onto a playground if they want to.
Cool. And the weather's going to be sunny and 75 degrees that day, right?
Listen, we're getting all the rain out right now. So at least we better be, or else that's not fair.
We'll just get some race cars to go around the playground and get that racing vortex going that you never heard of until you came on our show a couple years ago.
Just make sure it's anticyclonic, not cyclonic.
Oh.
There you go. If you want to get geeky on me, I can get geeky with you, yeah.
Well, we race counterclockwise. Would that be cyclonic or...
Counterclockwise would be not good. No,
So
go
not
the other
good?
way. You're going to have to make them go the other way this time.
Oh, we're going to have to do
No,
a lot
we
of
can't
work
do
on
that.
setups. We're going to have to change the setups to get the cars to turn the other way. So what?
It's just like the toilets in the southern hemisphere. They spin the other way. If they can do that, we'll be just fine.
You know, I used to believe that.
That's actually not true.
I know. I used to believe that, and then I moved into this house. I moved into a different house, and my toilets go the other way, and I'm like, I did not go across the equator. What the hell? I don't know what's going on.
It's all due to centripetal force, so the curvature of the Earth. It's why 9 out of every 10 tornadoes spin counterclockwise, but 1 out of every 10 actually spins the other way. It's too small of a feature. So, yep. Kind of fun, huh?
Interesting. Now, the ones, the rare ones, are those usually bigger or smaller?
Typically, they're smaller. I mean, they can still be destructive, obviously, but no, the big ones, those will spin counterclockwise. So the counterclockwise is the more dangerous.
Gotcha. All right, we'll get my weather geek on there. It's almost your bedtime. So you want to give us this weekend's weather pit stop?
Oh, I was prepared to stay up at least 90 seconds late for you guys. Don't worry. Are you sure you want me to give the forecast?
Well,
you seem very eager about this. I thought you'd want to delay it as long as possible.
We have a lot of big events this weekend, so a lot of people are kind of curious as to the exact timing of things and how much we're going to be getting.
Well, why don't you? Okay, tell you what. Give me a start. I don't have the sheet right in front of me, so forgive me. But was it tonight at Eldora, or was that
tonight? Was at Eldora, and I think I saw somebody's down there and said it's already raining. So.
Yeah, I was going to be very surprised if it was raining. It's not raining there.
So tomorrow...
Okay, so... Tomorrow, today was a good preview of tomorrow.
Tomorrow we got Flat Rock up in Michigan, Lima.
Isn't gonna happen. What's the next one?
Lima Land.
Isn't gonna happen.
Eldora tomorrow night.
Isn't gonna happen.
Okay, so all of our Friday night tracks. I won't even have to go over the racing action this weekend. All right. What about?
So I'm really sorry. No, it is going to rain and rain heavy for. I guess maybe. I mean, if Flat Rock was the luckiest little racetrack in all of America, there's some chance that they might start the races, but I find that very hard to believe.
Okay. Well, Saturday we got a big race at Oakshade out in Wasion.
That's a dirt track, right?
That is a dirt track. So depending on how much rain we get on Friday, that could swamp things. I don't know.
They've got good mud flaps on those cars, right?
Sure.
No. Negative on that one.
We'll make them mandatory for this weekend.
So if you have any friends who don't have race cars but they have hydroplanes, this would be a really good week to get up to Oakshade for Saturday. I think the rain's going to be over with by the time the race happens, but it's not out of the question. On top of what they already have gotten this week, that they could get another 2 inches of rain tomorrow night.
What about Toledo?
I don't know how fast it dries out. Toledo, same thing.
Toledo Speedway. Yep, that's paved though, so I mean
that's paved. That's paved. Yes, there is a chance it could. I think the rain lasts until about at this point on Saturday. It could linger in Toledo. I mean, I'll say after 2 p.m. we're looking good there. Could be a little bit earlier. I'll try and be a little conservative and say after 2 p.m. it'll start drying out in Toledo.
What about our friends down south at Eldora on Saturday, the last day of the Kings Royal?
On Saturday, and that's an evening one again?
Yeah, they're further south, so almost down to Dayton. Would that make any difference?
Yeah, and that rain's going to last, maybe linger a little bit longer. Is that one paved? That one's not paved, right?
Eldora's dirt.
Eldora's a dirt track.
I was going to say, that's got to be dirt. I'm such a newbie. Sorry to all you racing fans out there. No, but I was pretty sure Eldora was not paved. They're going to get a lot of rain down there, too.
Oh,
yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
All right. Next weekend's going to be better,
but
right?
it will probably end there in the middle of the afternoon as well too. So I mean, I guess there's some chance, but I mean, they could be looking at the 1 to 1.5 inch type rain too.
The problem, Ryan, is that a lot of the racers especially at Oakshade and Eldora, will be with NASCAR style haulers, big rigs. And the pits are an issue too. And the track isn't paved, but that's all paved in the parking lot area, right? Just for them, and it's VIP, and they put the carpet out, right?
No. Yes, that's right.
They've got carpet and AstroTurf out there, and little
and a big dome.
You can wipe your feet. Little carpets out there for them and everything.
Not a chance.
So if any of these tracks were to reschedule to Sunday, how does Sunday look for?
Sunday looks good. Sunday
Okay.
looks good.
All
Yeah.
right.
As long as, the dirt tracks hopefully would be drying out at that point. But I'll tell you guys this, it's not something we say a lot on air, so I'll give you a little behind the scenes look at stuff. I think most spots get the 1 to 2 inches of rain, especially the second half of Friday into the first half of Saturday. It is not impossible to imagine, though, if you get repeated rounds of the heavy rain there Friday into Saturday, that we get localized spots of 3 to 4 inches of rain on top of what you've already got.
So we could have some boat racing this weekend.
Exactly. So just keep that in mind. That's impossible to predict exactly where that absolute heaviest is going to go. But if we're kind of pushing stuff and hoping, and they end up getting 3 and 4 inches of rain, I just don't want people to say, you said 1 to 2. I'm telling you, there are going to be isolated spots that'll be higher.
I got a half inch. Damn it. I'm pissed. I got screwed.
Yeah. Now we're going to have to race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's and by the way, in the business, that's called a CYB forecast. You know what that is?
Cover your butt.
There you go.
It should be,
you got it.
CYA.
Well, this I'm used to a PG program, not your show.
So you're back on in the morning at WTOL?
Back on in the morning. So I've got now that I've moved into the morning spot now that Robert has moved on. Chris, of course, chief meteorologist in the evenings. I'm up at about 2:45 in the morning, and we're on air at 4:30, ready to rock and roll.
So does that mean when Chris retires, you're going to take over as chief meteorologist?
In 42 years, I can't wait.
All right. And by then,
we can't forget, too, that after WTOL goes to network broadcast, that you switch over to Fox, and they can watch you up until 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's right.
Exactly. Yep. I'm on there from 7 to 9 over on Fox 36. I hope people don't forget it because I still have to work. So tune over there and watch me because you'll see me. So I'm still doing the same thing.
And WTOL has a race on this weekend, too. The SRX series. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but do you remember?
No, but I saw we had one on the other weekend.
Yeah,
I saw
Saturday, 6 Saturday nights, and the last one is this coming Saturday. Do you remember the old IROC series? Are you familiar with that?
Oh, yeah.
This is kind of
IROCC, right?
Yeah, just one C. International Race of Champions. Close enough. But Tony Stewart started this series. Basically, it's kind of like that, but they run only short tracks. They actually ran Eldora, and it's kind of yeah. And they
now what I remember about IROC. Tell me if I'm wrong here. Is it seemed like the cars were a little more square.
They were. Yeah, I think what were they? Camaros at first, and then they went to
prepared supposedly.
Yeah. And these cars kind of look like almost like bumper cars. That's what they remind me of. They're custom built stock cars, and they have the Elio Castroneves, the Indy 500 winner, is racing with them. A lot of old timers. Paul Tracy, Tony Stewart's running. Bobby Labonte. They got Haley Deegan.
I noticed that when I tuned in. Okay, so full disclosure, my family used to be super NASCAR geeks back in the 90s, a little bit more, and we had our own fantasy NASCAR league. And so when I tuned this on CBS the other weekend, I saw the names like Bobby Labonte. I was waiting for like Dick Trickle or somebody to show up. Like it was some old school names on there.
Bill Elliott's in there.
Bill Elliott. When you say Bill Elliott, all I think of is McDonald's. That was his old car, right?
Yep.
Did he have Yeah. I think of Jimmy Spencer because he had McDonald's.
And it was his brother, right? Wasn't the other Labonte? Wasn't that Interstate Batteries? Was that?
That's Bobby Labonte. That's Bobby Labonte.
And Terry.
Oh, Bobby Labonte. That's what I was thinking about. Yeah. Billy Elliott.
Terry drove the Cornflakes car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was Terry and Bob. Okay, there you go.
Bill Elliott will be racing against his son in the SRX series.
On Saturday.
Okay, that'll be cool. Okay.
On WTOL.
Okay, so there you go. So that's what little races. Sorry, that's as far as racing knowledge goes. That's what I got for you. Sorry, that's all I got.
That's good enough. That was just plug in CBS and WTOL for covering some live short track racing action this year.
Now where's the race at for that one?
This weekend they're at Nashville, Tennessee.
All right, and is that like the championship then?
This is the finale. Yep, this is the sixth and final race of the season. So
do they start? Are those all dirt tracks?
2 dirt tracks and 4 pavement tracks.
Okay, so they switch it up.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of
It's
everything.
kind of like your park. It's multidisciplinary. Multidisciplinary.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
I guess it is. It's all inclusive.
That's what we try to do. And so, all right, well, cool. Well, I'll have to look out for that then if it's the finale. That makes it a little more exciting.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you doing the weekend weather weekend weather pit stop with us, even if you don't always deliver good news. It's mostly accurate news.
That's about the best we can do. And if anybody out there has some sort of giant umbrella, I mean, that'll help out a lot for this weekend. But that's short of that, that's about the best I can offer for you.
How about can we turn those windmills on that are over by the state line and turn like on fans and just blow it all away so it stays away?
We could, but then we wouldn't have any power for our houses. So
that's all right.
We can't. Oh, you'd be all right with that?
Yeah, race cars don't need house power. They run on.
Sounds like it.
Well, that's true. You guys will all be out. You guys will all be out at the racetrack. You don't care.
Yeah.
Sounds like it won't be a good weekend for solar power.
Yeah, not the greatest.
All right. Well, we appreciate. What's the name of the park again down in Perrysburg?
So it's the Perrysburg Inclusive Playground presented by Mercy Health.
By Mercy Health. Okay.
There
Very
you go.
cool.
So those guys have been great partners.
And you're going to be working on some more of these. When can we expect the next park to pop up? Next year?
You'll hear an announcement probably in the next few months. The goal would be late next year, but realistically, you might have to wait. I mean, if we could build it in the winter, that would be great. But if the choice is to build it in October, nobody's going to enjoy it. So you might as well wait till the spring.
All right, sounds good. Well, we kept you 10 minutes past your bedtime. I do apologize. Go get some rest.
You owe me. That means you have to do the first 10 minutes of the 4:30 half hour tomorrow morning on CBS.
I'm sure if you want to hear me snoring, that's fine because that's what I'll be doing.
Little do you know, that's exactly what I do. Nobody's told me otherwise.
All right. Well, I'll tune in about 7 when I get up and see if you're awake.
All right, that's fair. I'll be there.
All right.
All right. Thank you, boys. Have a good weekend, and hopefully by some miracle we'll keep some of these races dry.
Yep, we're hoping you're wrong this weekend.
I appreciate that. Thanks.
You're welcome. See you, Ryan.
Bye.
All right, there you go. Ryan Wichman, meteorologist there at WTOL 11 and Fox 36.
After he gets July behind him and his park is nicely open, we need to get him out at the racetrack.
We forgot to send him off. He's getting ready. There he goes. That probably doesn't sound as good without your headphones on, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No.
Headphones is cool.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry, what were you saying?
He's really busy until the end of July, but hopefully sometime in August we can get him out one of the local racetracks. Yeah,
definitely.
And he knows one of the announcers out at Oakshade, and yeah.
So anyway, we started saying 1993 Oakshade 360 sprint car champion Tim Allison passed away after suffering a massive heart attack last night. I know flags were half-staffed down at Lima Land as well. So were you familiar with Tim Allison?
Oh, a little bit. Obviously, we've crossed paths.
Is there anybody you haven't crossed paths with?
Oh, boy, I doubt it, Scott.
All right. Team Penske announced today that Austin Cindric, the defending NASCAR Xfinity champion and current points leader, will drive the famed number 2 Team Penske Ford Mustang in NASCAR Cup Series action in 2022. Also announced was Harrison Burton, second-generation driver and 4-time NASCAR Xfinity Series race winner, is going to be piloting the number 21 Ford Mustang for Wood Brothers in 2021, which comes as a gut punch to my favorite guy, Matt DiBenedetto. He's going to be looking for a ride now.
I hope he finds a good one.
Yeah, and I believe Keselowski, I don't remember if those rumors were ever confirmed or not, is going to Roush. And it's going to become part owner. At least that's what the rumors were saying. So he should be taken care of there. Matt DiBenedetto still looking for his first Cup Series win. I forget what I was reading some things. He wasn't happy about it, but hopefully he can pull a win off. That'll make him more marketable for the end of the year. Denny Hamlin is pissed that no one consulted him or the other drivers for the Atlanta Speedway reconfiguration that we talked about last week.
Yeah, I read about that.
Did
You know, he thought that maybe the drivers should be allowed to have some input.
I don't know about
Since
that.
they're the ones that are out there.
Well, I don't know. Does he own the track? Is it his track? I figure it's a track owner. They can do what they want with it, right?
Yeah, but you would think some input. I'm not saying
Input
that he
might
should
be.
do-
It might be good. Yeah. So maybe what might make the racing a little bit better.
And I believe that the drivers would probably be very straightforward with that. You know, if they think that a certain track configuration would make for better racing, more competitive racing, I think the drivers would be straightforward.
And we announced. Put your headphones on, will you? I keep getting the feedback. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I suppose I need to plug them in.
Yeah. Then I won't hear myself. Yeah, that sounds better.
There
That's
you
much
go.
better. Now I forget what I was here. This is, since you didn't have it earlier, we'll get that going for you. Denny Hamlin is. He said that the new track. There goes Ryan Wichman again. Yep, there he goes. Last week we mentioned they're going to be increasing the banking and also narrowing the corners at Atlanta. And his response to that, Denny Hamlin's response, said the new track's going to be too narrow and too fast. And this is a quote. Children, earmuffs for all the children. Quote, "It's going to be shit," unquote.
Yeah.
That's what Denny Hamlin says about the Atlanta reconfiguration. In some news that Ron Miller probably doesn't care about at all, IndyCar is going to be having a video game coming out in 2023. Motorsports games is going to be making an IndyCar game. You falling asleep? I used to play the Papyrus game back in the late 90s. It was not very good, but also I read that this Motorsports games is going to be making a NASCAR video game as well, but it's going to be based off the R Factor or X. No, it's R Factor 2, which is a predecessor to the iRacing deal.
Right.
It's more of a sim kind of deal. So the games are going to be less gamey and more real. Anyway, Mile and Dragway. What do you know about Mile and Dragway?
That they were supposed to have a press conference this afternoon about 3:45, and I don't know what happened because the shop went crazy.
Oh, well, I'm not sure what happened there either, but Mile and Dragway is for sale. I guess Bill Kapolka purchased the facility back in 1989, almost went bankrupt once in the 90s, I think it was. Just recently borrowed money from the pawn shop guy up there in Detroit, Les Gold. He was on one of those pawn shop shows and was unable to repay him. So not.
And it was a significant amount, I guess.
That's what I would assume. So hopefully.
Now, I did see a quick snippet that the judge that was supposed to rule on that repayment delayed the proceedings until the end of July. So what was supposed to happen today will probably happen in 2 weeks.
All right, then.
But I understand there are some people very interested, and hopefully Mile and Dragway gets a couple of shows in yet this year. Not sure that it'll happen, but I understand they've been up there mowing the grass, and
I don't want to talk about a racetrack mowing the grass.
No.
About that. Let's check out our Twitter poll results from today, because I just put this up this morning. What is your preferred method of finding out how to find out if a track gets rained out? That was all I could come up with at 10 o'clock this morning on very little sleep, which I'll tell you about here in just a minute. The number one, visit the track's website. Nobody does that, apparently. Nobody visits the website. I do. Social media. That's how most people learn how tracks cancel. 84.2%. 5 people still actually pick up a phone and call the track.
Really?
Yeah. And
Wow.
10.5 would prefer a text message, which we used to do. And
They
kind
used
of a
to. but
buggy.
no
Yeah,
one-
it was a buggy system. It didn't work. The best.
Yeah.
A lot of it had to do with a server.
With the social media, I wonder wonder what the results would be, Twitter versus Facebook.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe that'll be the next Twitter poll. Follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report. Before we go any further, I wanted to thank you and both Dittman Motorsports for helping out last Friday. We found a crack in my bell housing, and then when we were taking things apart, we found the transmission had a bad issue. And so we scrambled Friday night, putting things together, and got a new bell housing. Had you fix the transmission Saturday morning. We're putting it in, then found another big crack in the transmission. And yeah, it just was. We got to the track. We were leading a race, and then things started happening.
Ran really well.
Yeah. When we took that off, a big chunk came off of the transmission. It was just the bottom bolts holding the transmission in, and
yeah.
Then the
probably
clutch
wouldn't have lasted very long.
Probably not. But I wanted to thank both Ron Miller Race Cars, Dittman Motorsports, and Robin, my crew chief, for helping bust some ass, contorting inside my car, trying to get the things replaced in time. But
and for having a very sharp eye, because she was the one that found that it was broken.
Yeah, I would have just preferred to just. I don't know. I don't see it. I need new glasses. Anyway, let's play How Many. Last week's How Many was how many vintage American race cars would be at Oakshade on Saturday, plus how many World of Outlaws would be at Attica on Tuesday for the Brad Doty. The numbers are in. It was 22 vintage American race cars, 48 World of Outlaws. So that totals out to 70. And guess who picked 70 last week on the show?
That would have been you.
That was me. Yes. Congratulations to me. Our online winner was Scott Warner. He picked 72. He was closest as our online winner. So congratulations, Mr. Warner. This week's How Many? And we should probably put some kind of specification on this. I have it pretty much open as how many late models will be at Oakshade. I actually wrote Friday. I meant Saturday. How many late models will we have at Oakshade on Saturday?
And zero is not a valid answer.
It is, but I didn't say they have to race. I just said how many will be there, right?
Yeah.
So how many will be? And the gates open at 10. So there could be a few that show up, and then they may cancel, or they may not cancel at all. Let's hope for not. If you want to play along and a chance to win a Big D's pizza, put your guess in the comments of our Facebook Live or YouTube Live. We'll leave that open until midnight Friday night, Saturday morning, tomorrow night at midnight. So you have all day Friday to get in on that. And if you're closest, you will win a Big D's pizza. If we have a tie, we'll spin the Big D's pizza wheel and have a tiebreaker. So again, that's how many
you won, Scott. So you've got to go first.
I know. I'm stalling here a little bit. I'm thinking about doing a Facebook Live version of the Hammer Down Racing Report at. I guess we are Facebook Live, and a special version of the Hammer Down Racing Report on Saturday at the track. Just kind of, I'm not going to bring the whole thing, just using my phone, kind of going around, talk to some drivers. You want to do that? You want to do that?
Why not?
Okay, maybe we'll do that. What time are you going to get there on Saturday?
I've got a couple of obligations. I'm going to be leaving the shop at noon. I'll be there 1:15.
All right. I've stalled enough. I've seen some guesses here. I'm looking at some folks that win quite often. Jeffrey Faree, he's got 42. I think Steve Miller actually picked 42. So I'm going to go with 42, Ron. That's how many late models I think are going to be there. That may be on the low side.
Scott, you touched on this early in the show, that instead of us being the finale, where a lot of guys have typically dropped off, we're smack in the middle of the points chase. We're going to see a lot of cars. We are going to see a record number of cars for the birthday race.
What about the weather?
Do
you think the weather's going to keep some people away?
No.
Some of the guys coming from Illinois, up in Michigan?
No, they're already in Michigan. their Thunderbird today, and I forget where they are tomorrow. But
Hartford.
Yeah. And just a 2.5 hour tow. They're going to be here.
Okay.
Uh,
So what's your guess?
I'm telling you, we're going to see a record number, and I'm torn between 49 and 50. I'm thinking 50 is a good number.
You want 49 and a half?
Can I do that?
Sure. Why not? I'm allowed to make up the rules. That's what Dean said. I'm putting you down for 49 and a half. Is Kathy around?
Yeah, I don't know. What about Nevaeh? She's sitting right across the desk.
We can give your crew chief a guess.
We've got a really in the Ron Miller Race Cars executive offices. We've got a nice partners desk, and we sit right across from each other. So, how many, Nevaeh?
I said 51.
She says 51.
51. All right, and for our listeners, we did scope out the Ron Miller Race Car Studio. I didn't have time this week to get things set up, but I believe we're going to be moving to your basement within the next few weeks here. You're not going to be with us next week, are you? I believe you have a previous commitment.
Yeah, I do. Miss Stephanie and Gumby are getting married a week from Friday.
Does that mean she's going to be Stephanie Gumby?
You know, we haven't really discussed that yet.
Stephanie Gumby Jr.?
Yeah.
Well, you have to let me know how that works out. I think you should bring that up. Let's talk about the racing we kind of went over this with Ryan, but some of the details here. We already mentioned Eldora tonight. Things are raining. I'm not sure the current status, if it's still raining down there for the 38th Kings Royal, 38th annual. That's this year's Kings Royal. Tomorrow night, Flat Rock Speedway scheduled to be in action. As Ryan mentioned earlier, it's not looking good for our Friday night tracks, but fingers crossed, maybe it'll dry out. You never know what's going to happen. They'll turn the fans on, the big windmills out there. Flat Rock Speedway, Kids Night, 12 and under are free. They get a free hot dog and a free drink. They're going to have a 250-lap Enduro, Street Stocks, TKC, Go-Karts, Kids Power Wheels Derby. It's a Friday night show at Flat Rock. Usually they're Saturday nights, so it's a little bit different. Gates open at 5, racing at 7:30. General admission $15 there at Flat Rock. Lima Land, it's going to be the UNOH 100th Centennial Night. It's presented by Stale Insurance Group, plus Meet the Drivers Night. NRA Sprints, Modified Stocks. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:30. General admission is $12 there. Mrs. Gumby. I like it.
That's the official answer.
Okay.
Mr. Gumby.
Eldora on Friday, the night before the Kings Royal. World of Outlaws in action. Gates open at noon, racing at 8 p.m. General admission is $29. That's Friday. Yeah. So that's your Friday night choices. Attica Raceway Park is dark this weekend because of the Kings Royal. Same with Fremont on Saturday. Saturday, you have Oakshade with the birthday race, Summer Nationals, $10,000 to win, Modifieds, $1,500 to win, Bombers, $500 to win, which I thought that was pretty cool, up in the purse for the Bombers for that. Also, they have that Christopher Whitlock Nintendo Switch giveaway going on. There's going to be all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Gates open at 10 a.m. on Saturday. Hot laps qualifying at 6, racing at 8 p.m. General admission $14 for that huge show at Oakshade Raceway on Saturday. Toledo Speedway, it's the Royal Truck and Trailer 62nd anniversary show featuring the Outlaw Super Late Models. I believe they're going 62 laps in their feature because it's 62nd anniversary. Late Model Sportsman, Factory Stocks, and Figure Eights. Gates open at 4:30 on Saturday at Toledo Speedway, racing at 7. General admission $20 for that show. Eldora, the final night of all the Kings Royal stuff. Last year's Kings Royal, the 37th annual Kings Royal, with the World of Outlaws sprints. Gates open at noon, racing at 8. General admission $39 at Eldora on Saturday. And Shady Bowl Speedway, the Steve Brandyberry Memorial. Street Stocks going 70 laps. Late Models, Modifieds, Thunder Cars, Crown Vics, Compacts, all in action. Grandstands open at 4, racing at 7 p.m. General admission $15. Sandusky Speedway also off this weekend, so no racing there. They're getting ready for the High Miler weekend, which is next weekend. I believe they're racing, Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Right.
Something like that. So that's what's going on this weekend. We've already had your weekend weather pit stop. with Ryan Wichman, and we're just going to pretend that we didn't hear that. But very cool with the playground stuff.
It really is.
Yeah.
I told you I had heard him talking about it on the air, and I was very impressed. And hearing him talk about it on our show was over the top. I like it.
Well, okay. And that was your idea. So, all good. Hammer Down Hotline, I didn't check it, but I didn't get any notifications telling me there was any calls. So, I don't think we had any calls last week. But if you want to be on the show for any reason, 419-318-3081, 419-318-3081. Call anytime, day or night. Leave a message there. Nobody's going to answer the phone except for a recording of me, I do believe. So you have that, 419-318-3081. Well, lights just flickered. I think the air conditioning just kicked on. Thanks to our associate producer, Dave Kemmer, field correspondents, Matt Swander, Doug Dock, John Young, and actually the list keeps growing. I get more and more people just are sending me stuff all the time now. The Hammer Down Racing Network. How about we call it that?
Absolutely.
Next week, we'll be back in action with another show, and who knows what's going to happen. Maybe I'm going to have to do some repairs on the computers this weekend, apparently, because I got the monitor laying down over here with a Coke can on, or Mountain Dew can. There you go. That's what I'm dealing with right there.
Oh, it's no longer a monitor. It's a end table.
Yes, it's sad. So anyway. Whoa, and now this monitor is about to fall.
Don't do that.
Don't forget to check out hammerdownracingreport.com. All the news you need there for sponsorship, where to listen to us. You can listen to our shows on there. How long do we have to guess how many? I already answered that, Mr. Brian Hammer. I said till midnight on Friday. But thanks for listening to the show. Appreciate it. Happy anniversary. It's your anniversary?
Steph and Davey are getting married on our 55th anniversary.
Oh, happy anniversary.
July 23rd.
You've been married longer than I've been alive.
Pretty cool, huh?
That's insane. I was married for 4 years. 55
Yeah,
years.
how'd that work? Oh.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Sorry about that, Scott.
That's all right. I forgot. Now I've lost my train of thought. Once again, thanks to our sponsors, Oakshade Raceway, Real Geese Silhouette Decoys, Big D's Pizza, Ron Miller Race Cars, and Freeze Frame Photos. Make sure to get out and support our sponsors. Get out and support your local track this weekend, and pray for no rain.
Yeah.
Do a rain dance. Wait, an anti-rain dance.
Let's pray for once that Ryan Wichman is totally wrong.
Yes, let's do that.
Sorry,
Let's get out of
Ryan.
here. Yeah, I think we went a little long tonight. I do apologize for starting a little late. Again, some issues with the computer that I'm going to probably just, after we're done here, I'm just going to pick up the monitor and throw it on the floor and say, hey, fixed. Or I'll bring it over to your place afterwards and have you weld it back together.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next Thursday, 7 o'clock. And again, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, all that good stuff. Even if you don't like us, do it anyways. It helps us out. It helps
like
everybody.
us even if you don't like us.
Like us if you don't like us. I like that. All right, we're out. See ya.
See ya.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.